like crushed by that lift. Porto is one of the heaviest waves in the world, 100%. It's a beach break, making it extremely unpredictable. The currents are like nowhere else I've ever surfed, and the waves get up to 30, 40 foot high, breaking right on the beach in shallow water. It's extremely heavy, intimidating. The barrels are as wide as they are tall, and but it also can deliver the wave of a lifetime. You really need to pick your waves carefully out there, you know. Porto is so dangerous, like pick your waves.
So just explain what just happened.
Well, unfortunately, one of the big wave surfers got injured. The conditions are pretty gnarly today. We just saw how some surfers did the danger, the something's happening signal, which is like with their boards. So the lifeguards tried to go out with the jet ski, but jet ski never turned on. And that is very, very frustrating and sad, because we're in one of the most dangerous beaches, one of the most perfect beach breaks in the world.
Yeah, I paddled in, it was a beautiful smooth drop, and I like held the bottom turn, pumped up, and as I kind of started getting locked into the wave, I just saw this kind of like frothy foam in front of me, and I was just thinking, oh no, because you don't want that, you know, that's going to make the barrel change shape, and I had nowhere to go but pull in, and I pulled into this like massive barrel that was all frothy, and it just, the whole thing imploded on me. And I did what I do every time. I waited for the foam ball to kind of pick me up, and I did a pin drop off the front of the board. And as I like penetrated the water, I felt the wave violently engulf me, and then bang, just like got hit so hard in my head. Like you get hit that hard, you're just in shock. And my immediate thought was, stay awake, stay conscious, get to the surface, and then we can go from there. But one of the scariest parts of it was, as it happened, I grabbed my head and I could feel something away from my head, you know? I'm like, what is that? And is that a piece of fiberglass? Is that my board? Is that my face? And that really made me think something really bad is happening. And I came up and there was just loads of blood over my left eye already, and I couldn't see properly because I only had vision in the one eye because of all the blood. And there was another really big wave towering over me. And in that moment, I just said, God help me, God help me. You know, it was a really intense situation. I paddled like as hard as I could, and I jumped off, and I just got through the next one. I tried to clear the blood out my eye again with the water, and then I could see there was another one that I just got through, and there was another one. I think there was like 3 or 4 that I was like frantically getting through. Then the ocean settled. I called for some help, and all the guys kind of started racing towards me because they saw all the blood. But then the ocean had settled, and I thought, no, let me just get to the beach. You know, I'm thinking clearly, I can paddle well. Let me get to the beach, and then I can get help. So I gunned for the beach, sprint paddling, and the whole time I could only see out of the one eye, and I was trying to splash my eye to get, because of the bleeding was just coming in thick and fast. And I was about 15 meters from the beach, and this massive rip formed right where I was. And I was sprint paddling against this current like for maybe 2 minutes straight, and the beach was right there, and I could not get to it. And I was very aware that with my blood pumping, that it's not good for the bleeding, you know. So I thought, okay, I'm getting swept back out to sea. So I just stopped and swept me back out to sea. And that was actually a really special moment, because all the surfers in the lineup just came around me, and they like held my board, put their hands on me, and they said, hey, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And that was like a really beautiful moment. And I could see kind of like a bit of like shock in people's faces, you know, as they saw how big the gash was. And yeah, I had no idea how bad it was. Like I thought maybe I had like just a little bit of like a burst thing on my forehead. But I could kind of tell in the faces of the people that it was really bad. A whole lot of people came around me. I remember Jojo, who I know from surfing around the world. He came next to me and he was really on it. He said to me, "Oh, it looks like the bleeding's starting to slow." Like he was trying to talk positively, and as all the surfers came around me, they're like, "Hey, we're going to call for the jet ski. You're going to be good." The lifeguards launched the jet ski, and it doesn't start. And now we've got to make a plan to get to the safe zone and to get out of here. And so everyone comes around me and we start paddling. And while we're paddling, Jojo's like, "Yeah, we need to get an interpreter because everyone speaks Spanish at the hospital." So Juan from Panama, fortunately, he was like, "Yep, got you." He actually ended up towing me because I needed to kind of hold my face. And we paddled for about half a kilometer down the beach to the safe zone where a fishing boat picked us up. I left my board with the crew and Juan and I jumped into the fishing boat and there was like fish all in the bottom of the boat. And I was just thinking, oh man, just keep this thing like clean, you know. Like you think of the dirty water in Mexico and then our fish blood and everything. And I just held my head. We got to the shore. An ambulance was pulling in when we got to the harbor. And I just was like, call Edwin, because Edwin was with Alan. And I knew he would know where I could get the best treatment because I was starting to get aware that this was pretty bad. And the ambulance driver, he took a picture of my head for the doctor. And I said, "Hey, can I see it?" And then Juan straight was like, "No, you can't see it," because I think it would have really freaked me out. Like it was bad. So Juan and I jumped in the ambulance. We went off, we made sure we were going to the right place. And got to the doctor's rooms, got rushed into the room. And the first thing that I wanted to know was that I'm in the best place. And I was like, "Please, can we wait for Edwin?" Like the doctor kind of wanted to get going with the surgery. He was looking at the photos and he was like, "Whoa, this is hectic." The cut was really bad and they figured I need a surgeon. So I got wheeled into the surgery room. And the surgeon was amazing. He was kind of explaining everything that's going to happen. Just before he's about to start operating, he shows me the picture of my head. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like so much worse than what I could have imagined. Like this, could see my skull, a massive flap of skin all the way from the top of my eyebrow, all the way into my hairline, peeled back. And that was like really bone chilling. And I was like, he saw my reaction. I was like, oh my gosh, it's really bad. He goes, no. Photo looks small, much bigger, much bigger. And I was like, okay, thanks, man. It's about to start operating on me. Anyway, he sewed me up, cleaned it out, sewed me up. And it was a wild experience. I mean, I was always aware that accidents can happen, and your surfboard is probably your biggest threat in big wave surfing and surfing in general, It's literally like a weapon. And I always I'd pull into barrels and you always have these horrible thoughts of your board hitting you, but you never think it's going to actually happen. And this was like worst case scenario, pretty much. It hit me as hard as it could in the forehead. And it was a very rattling, humbling experience, like how bad the cut was and what could have happened, Like it was literally a centimeter away from my eye. That would have changed my life forever, It could have hit me in the temple, could have knocked me out, and all the what ifs and possibilities are really scary. But at the same time, I really felt like God had me in the palm of his hand, And that's how I feel every time I go out into big waves. Whenever the waves are solid, I always get really scared. I feel that fear and I feel so out of my control, but I also know that I'm in God's hands and I'm trusting in him. And the whole time through that process, I really felt like this incredible peace because I could just let go of control and just know that I was being held through everything, and it was really incredible. And I think one of the major things for me was just worrying about my wife back home and how worried she was. She didn't sleep that night, and I was just trying to get the message across to her, hey, I'm okay, I'm totally fine, I'm thinking clearly, just a bad cut. But it really, really rattled her. When I spoke to her, I could hear the concern in her voice, and I just started crying, and she was crying, and yeah, that was really tough, you know. But at the same time, we all know the risks in big wave surfing, but it's what we love to do, and I feel this great sense of purpose when I ride big waves. I absolutely love pushing the limits and using these gifts that I believe that I've been given, and yeah, I'm going to be out there again as soon as I can. And I know it was a freak accident, and I often find these experiences actually give me confidence, you know, because I got into that heavy situation. I was able to be calm, surrender control, get through it. And yeah, now for the last 3 days, I've been sitting on the beach, cruising with the filmers, watching all these insane empty big barrels coming through. And it's just kind of getting me more rev to get back out there and get another bomb.
Right there he is with the big band. Wait,